Cheddar Gorge is a stunning natural landmark in Somerset, England, famed for its dramatic cliffs, underground caves and world-famous cheddar cheese. In today's video, we'll walk around the charming village and explore the shops and quaint historic buildings, taste and buy the delicious cave-matured English cheddar, and walk the entire cliff-top path, some 4 miles, for spectacular views of the gorge and encounters with feral goats. Join us to get an idea of just some of the things you can do in a day out at Cheddar Gorge. At almost 400 feet deep and 3 miles long, Cheddar Gorge is England's largest gorge and a place of spectacular landscapes at the bottom of the Mendip Hills in Somerset. The nearest mainline station is Weston-super-Mare, 30 minutes away. Bus number 126 runs through Cheddar on its way to the City of Wells. If you're coming from London, take a train from Paddington to Bristol Temple Meads and then on to Weston-super-Mare to catch the bus. To be honest, it's more convenient to travel by car, with several car parks dotted around the village to accommodate the large number of visitors each day, rain or shine.
It's very early on a very grey Sunday morning. It's been a bit wet overnight, but we're going to have a little wander around. It is early today. Things don't open until about 10 o'clock, but we're going to go and do the gorge walk first, and then by the time we get back into the town here, it'll be a bit busier and some of the shops will be open.
Visitors to the village have for centuries been amazed and astonished by the magnificent limestone gorge. You can view it by simply walking or driving up Cliff Road, or looking down from high above on one of the footpaths of the Clifftop Walk. There are many activities and attractions to visit at Cheddar, some of which are bundled together into one ticket price, but more on that later. Let's take in some of the shops and scenery whilst it's still quiet and on our way up to the start of the Clifftop Walk, which incidentally is free as long as you start on the left and finish on the right. Confused? Don't worry, it'll all become clear very soon. The Lower Gorge and Village offers gentle riverside walks, quaint tea rooms and a variety of restaurants and cafes. You've already briefly seen the River Yeo that flows through the gorge. It is a significant part of the area's ecosystem, providing habitat for a variety of wildlife and playing a crucial role in the formation of the caves hidden in the limestone rock. The Sword in the Stone by artist Anthony Paget has become a bit of a local landmark and gets lots of attention. I'm not really sure of its connection to Cheddar. The river begins as a small spring near Charter House on the Mendip Hills, and it disappears underground, flowing through the largest river system in Britain beneath the hills. It re-emerges from Goff's Cave at the lower end of Cheddar, flowing through Cheddar Village and out onto the Somerset levels. Some of its water is diverted into Cheddar Reservoir to provide drinking water for Bristol. We pass by the Cheddar Gorge and Caves ticket office. They provide a bundled ticket that offers access to various attractions, including 2 caves and a prehistory museum, and more. Further details can be found on their website. If you prefer not to walk the entire gorge route or are short on time, you can ascend Jacob's Ladder and visit the lookout tower for a fee of £6.85. Approaching the gorge from left to right or starting from Black Rock means you will descend Jacob's Ladder, which is free. Considering the cost of £24 per person, we decided against purchasing the bundle ticket as it didn't seem good value for money based on wanting to walk the entire gorge. Unfortunately, they don't offer a single ticket to visit just the caves, so we had to skip exploring them this time. This is Cox's Cave, the oldest of the two show caves, accidentally discovered in 1837 by George Cox, a local mill owner who was quarrying limestone for a new building. Cox quickly recognised its potential and opened it to the public, exploring by candlelight. Today, Amazing Light Shows highlights its formations, consisting of several small grottos connected by lower archways. As you can see, there are plenty of interesting shops and tea rooms to explore as you wind your way through the gorge at road level. The second of the two show caves, Goff's Cave, is further up the road and we won't make it up that far as we turn off to climb up on top of the gorge. Cafe Gorge Tea Room is delightfully positioned right beside the Yo, and you can see the river appearing from within the gorge cave system. Across the road is the very pretty Lion Rock Tea Room, named after the huge rock above it. It opened in 1908 and the plaque shows how it survived a terrible flood in Cheddar in 1968. If you continue to walk up Cliff Road, you'll reach Goff Cave. As we turn back, notice the prehistory museum that is part of the bundle ticket. In 1870, local cheddar merchant William Small and his family founded the original Cheddar Cheese Company, marking the establishment of the first authentic cheddar cheese depot. Today, his family-operated shop has gained worldwide recognition, preserving its legacy as a renowned destination for cheese enthusiasts. We'll be back later after our walk to taste and buy some cheddar. We don't really want to have to carry it on the walk. Directly opposite the shop is the signposted entrance to the start of our 4-mile hike up and above the gorge.
Right, it's 10 AM and we're starting the gorge walk. Let's see how long it takes.
The walk is a popular way to experience the dramatic landscape and is generally considered a moderate walk, but it does involve some steep climbs and uneven terrain, as you'll see. It's not suitable for pushchairs, wheelchairs or anyone with limited mobility. It can get quite windy at the top, so dress with layers as the weather conditions change quickly, and wear sturdy walking boots or shoes with good ankle support.
This is why you need to bring good boots with you, because it's not a very good path.
Still going uphill, no end in sight. Nine, 20 past 10, so it's 20 minutes solid uphill walking to get here. And then we should get some good views. It's kind of foggy. So made it to the top. Taken about 20 minutes of fairly constant uphill walking. It's kind of tough. Definitely need some good shoes and just kind of watch where you're walking. It's kind of slippery and muddy. But yeah, we've made it to the top and let's go check out the gorge views.
So there are wild goats up here, and Will thinks he's going to get a stroke of one, but I guarantee, folks, they're going to run a mile any minute now. Yeah. Right, watch this bit. It's the cliff edge. Wow. Shows how high we've got up. Very low cloud. Amazing.
Millions of years ago, this area was a shallow sea where countless tiny creatures lived and died. Their shells piled up over time, hardening into layers of limestone rock. Fast forward to the Ice Ages, and whilst glaciers didn't cover this area, it was still incredibly cold. The ground froze solid, and when warmer weather came, melting snow and ice rushed over the frozen ground. This water couldn't soak into the rock, so it carved channels and widened cracks, slowly sculpting the gorge over many, many ice ages. Eventually the world warmed up, the ground thawed, and the water found new paths underground, creating the amazing caves that can be visited today. If this fascinates you, then the Prehistory Museum is the place to go to find out more. It's also where they tell the story of the Cheddar Man, one of Britain's most amazing archaeological discoveries. His nearly complete skeleton was discovered in 1903 in Gough's Cave, a Mesolithic hunter-gatherer who lived around 10,000 years ago. His remains are now on display at the Natural History Museum in London. The presence of goats roaming the steep slopes serve a crucial purpose in conserving this unique environment. These Old English goats are descendants from ancient herds that have roamed the Mendip Hills for centuries. This hardy breed are not your typical domesticated animals. Instead, they're feral, living in the wild, yet still connected to their domesticated heritage. They act as natural grazers, preventing shrub and invasive plants from taking over. By selectively munching on these plants, they help maintain the delicate equilibrium of the ecosystem. Let's move on now and continue towards Black Rock, where we'll cross the road and join the clifftop walk on the other side of the gorge.
Should be seeing the beautiful gorge at the moment, but there you go, low cloud. It's been like this in the UK actually for almost 7 days now. Some sort of anticyclonic system, they're calling it. Hopefully tomorrow, of course after we've gone back to work, the sun is due to finally shine again. Reminds me of when we went up Mount Snowdon. And couldn't see anything on the railway there either, could we? These stones are literally like ice. Think of them as blocks of ice, and as soon as you touch them, they're so smooth, you just slip in it. You're right there. Oh, really?
Eventually, after some steep and slippery paths down, we arrive back at the road and Black Rock. It has taken around 1 hour and 20 minutes so far. We need to hike back up on the other side. There is free parking around Black Rock and it does get busy. The path back up looks daunting and in the wet is not for the faint-hearted, but this short, uncomfortable steep section will soon pass.
Must be there, yeah. Black Rock Gate, there we go. So we were down there and now we've come up and we're going to come along here to Jacob's Ladder and the Lookout Tower.
Reaching the top, we are slightly higher on this side of the gorge, and if the weather had been better, the views across the Somerset levels would have been incredible. Nevertheless, there is still much to enjoy even on this misty day. Ahead of us is the Cheddar Reservoir, an artificial reservoir dating from the 1930s. As we previously mentioned, the water is supplied by the Cheddar Yo River. It's roughly circular in shape and surrounded by large earth banks where they graze sheep. You can also visit and walk around it. With all the steep uphill walking behind us, thankfully we arrive at the lookout tower at the top of Jacob's Ladder. This wrought iron structure with 48 steps was built in 1936, replacing a previous wooden tower known as the White Tower. It's one final push to reach the top. The tower provides wonderful 360-degree views of Cheddar Village, the Somerset Levels and the Mendip Hills. Although I have to say I think our views during the walk were much better. If you only have limited time, then you can pay to walk up for £6.85. We now get to descend the 274 steps and return to the village, completing our exhilarating walk.
Ooh. Well, there we are, we're just coming down the last few steps at the bottom of Jacob's Ladder. Of course it's free coming this way, which is good, and that is us completing the circuit. It took us 2.5 hours, just over 2.5 hours to do it. I mean, we're stopping regularly as well to take photos and stuff, but it was a lovely walk, even though the path is so slippery. You really do need good shoes when you come and do this. Right, let's have a look around the town.
Let's head back up to the cheese shop because we don't want to leave the village without trying and taking some home. Cheese making in the village dates back to the 12th century, and the caves provided the perfect environment for maturing cheese. The constant cool temperature and high humidity were ideal for aging and preventing spoilage. This natural refrigerator was a key factor in the development of cheddar cheese production in the area. There are many varieties in the shop, but we wanted to try the cave-aged cheddar. Yes, even today they place quantities of cheddar in Gough Cave to mature, and you can see it if you take the tour inside the cave.
It's good till Christmas. Oh, try it. Thank you.
The dates on cheese really?
Yeah, I guess not. Try it.
With age.
Mm.
You have to by law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. That's good. Yeah, two then. It's cheaper as well if you get two. Thank you.
Some chops again.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Thank you.
One.
The village is now a bit busier and more of the shops have opened. We'll give you a quick look at some of these before we sign off on this video. If you also watch after we say goodbye, you can see us take the car up through the gorge on the 3-mile road drive.
100 Flavours ice cream. And it's shut today. That's a shame.
That'd be an awful lot. That is awful. Because they do give you a lot.
Well, that's it from Cheddar Gorge. Hope you enjoyed the walk and the little tour around the town here. It's been a lovely day out. We need to head back to London now, so we've got a nice long 3-hour drive, but thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on another video soon. Do subscribe if you haven't yet. Take care. Bye-bye.
We have now reached Black Rock, where we crossed the road on our hike. It seems much further in the car. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.